Well, welcome in, hockey fans, the club hockey fans, ACHA hockey fans, more appropriately. Craig Barnett, the executive director, is with me here at the Maryville Hockey Center. And Craig, first of all, welcome in, and I'm glad you could be here in a COVID year, right?
Yeah, we're ecstatic to be able to be playing hockey right now, and it's been a difficult year for everybody for sure, in all different capacities, but. It really is, Scott. Like 2 months ago, I would not have guessed we'd be able to be in this position right now, and it's just it's great to watch some hockey.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a great tournament so far. We're visiting right now between the first of two semifinal games. So I want to ask you this right off the get-go. When you have a 1-7 matchup and it's a 4-1 game, how does that make you feel as the executive director of this major hockey program?
Well, it's great. It just shows some parity.
Yeah.
Like you really think, when we look at, men's Division I hockey in particular, because that's what we're covering here. But, it's just that the parity from top to bottom just continues to close a little bit. And that's what we're seeing right now. It's an unusual year for lots of reasons, but obviously, we never had a full complement of 72 teams playing this year. So, so sometimes the seedings are a little different, but, right. It was hard to get a lot of crossover games and so forth. Certain schools in certain states had, certain restrictions, which prevented them from playing traditional matchups that they normally would. But at the end of the day, most of the way the seedings worked, it really did its job this year, and it's always good to see. You look at the Indiana Tech team that we just saw play against a really strong Adrian team. It's just good to see teams like that be able to come in and compete like they do. I mean, terrific talent, unbelievable hard-working team, and it was a good game. It was a tough game. Got a little rough at times, but everybody competed. It was we're getting ready to watch the Minot State Liberty game here, and again, you talk about two great teams. So yeah, the 1-7. I don't know if they're a true number 7. They're a pretty good team, but the parity in the ACHA is really closing the gap quite a bit in my short time with them in 3 years, and it's just really good hockey.
Well, I'll tell you, in 6 years that I've been doing this, right, I started it, and I was at Arizona and Arizona State. UNLV was just kind of resurging back. Yeah. And the growth that I've seen, Craig, not only the growth, but the direction and the caliber of play amongst all the teams. I mean, I think your WCHL conference next year is going to be really strong.
Well, I think so, too. It is exciting, the forecast down the road, and we got new teams coming in, new conferences playing. I like to call the ACHA non-NCAA college hockey because, we actually do have some varsity teams playing, right? So that on campus are varsity programs for some of our teams. So it really is a true non-NCAA college hockey association. And, the new conferences that have popped up, and compliment Brian Moran, our ACHA Men's Division I commissioner. What was important to him when we knew we were going to have a national tournament this year was that we had representation from every conference. If there was a team playing in a conference, then we have representation here. So, hats off to that decision that Brian made because, again, it's a unique year. And, these student athletes and these coaches, and they went through a lot, and they got great support from their college campuses to be put in this situation to be playing hockey right now. So it's hats off to him. But I'd also like to say, we only had about 20% of our membership compete this year. We have an awful lot of student athletes and coaches that worked very hard last summer, and we're looking forward to this year. And we're hoping that get through the fall. I hope that they can compete in the spring. And unfortunately, the majority of our membership was not able to. So we don't want to lose sight of them either, because they're great kids that have worked so hard. And again, we're fortunate that we had 95 teams competing this spring, but out of 470 plus, it's a smaller percentage.
Sure.
But we're looking forward to some bigger things, next fall hopefully. But right now we're in the middle of a national championship here in St. Louis.
Champion, right?
We want to crown a champion tomorrow night. Women's Division I will be crowning a champion. As we probably speak right now, they're getting ready, and Men's Division I, Men's Division II, and Men's Division III will crown a champion tomorrow night.
Okay, so I told you coming in off camera, I said the word I've been using for hockey this year is relevancy, especially with the ACHA clubs, because there was so much, I don't know what the word is, but questions, I guess, whether you could play, not play. But one thing with ACHA hockey is that we all know it's a pay-to-play, and the teams have to stay relevant. So I talk to our schools out west, and I say, U of A didn't have ice, so they were doing stuff in preparations for possibly playing by being on the soccer fields. UNLV had golf tournaments for fundraisers, and Grand Canyon did some different things. So all of these schools were trying to stay relevant. Your thoughts on just the term relevancy for 2020?
Well, you had to be. You had no choice, right? It's really what it came down to. But I agree with you. I mean, contingency plan after contingency plan, being flexible, changing on the fly, trying to prepare when you're not sure, if you're preparing for, something that's actually going to happen or not. But these student athletes, again, what they've gone through, on many of these teams, they're the team president, they're the team secretary, so these are kids that are students first. Right. Academically, they're doing a terrific job to be eligible in a difficult semester or difficult year, right? So a lot of them are taking classes virtually, and maybe a lot of those, I don't know what percentage, but maybe a lot of those have never taken classes virtually before, and it's different than being in person. So for them to balance and juggle their academics to remain eligible during this type of year, to your point, that they're planning and training and hoping to have a season, and to do it and to be here and to compete, it's fantastic job. And not only that, but staying safe. Wearing a mask when they had to. And the coaches, trying to manage their teams and their programs and their budgets and their financials. I mean, we've come, we've all gotten better as people, I think. We certainly all got better as managers, managing different things, whatever we're managing, right? So, but the ACHA, to your point, is just a terrific association. It's surrounded by a ton of people that are passionate about the ACHA, and that's the biggest thing I've seen in my 3 years here is, even our staff that's here this weekend at Men's Division I, the same with the other three divisions, just people that want to be involved, and they're volunteering their time, they're volunteering their energy, and it's just a terrific association to be part of.
Okay, two final ones for you. This crazy year has left things like the NCAA now are granting an additional year of eligibility, which is really going to be, Coach Powers down at ASU told me it's going to be a 5-year washout because all of these kids. So there's an influx of kids now, and I can only think if that's going to help rise the boat of ACHA hockey too, because people are going to need a place to play, right? I mean, junior kids are going to age out, I guess. But your thoughts on that at all?
Well, it's a difficult situation. It's a great thought. For the NCAA to grant an extra year of eligibility, which we have done as well in the ACHA.
Yep,
so we followed that suit. But my previous job before coming here, and I still do work in a part-time capacity. I'm with the North American Hockey League as well. And there's awful lot of kids that have made college decisions and made a commitment, and then this happened, and now they find out they have the person that they're supposed to be replacing at the college team may be coming back for a senior year.
Exactly.
So there's going to be a big stockpile here, and I think the Coach Powers point, it's going to take 2-3 years, maybe 4 or 5 years for this to play out, but it's going to be interesting. Hockey, it's grown so much. Arizona State's a great example, along with Penn State. We haven't seen a lot of growth at the NCAA Division I level in the past 10 years. Yes. We went from 58 to 60, and now we're at 61 with Long Island University, and now Lindenwood's rumors that are going on and so forth. So a little bit of growth over 10 years. But there's been tremendous growth with youth hockey, and the talent of these kids that are now going on to Bantam and midget hockey and now junior hockey. There's so many better quality hockey players now, and not a lot of room at that very top at the NCAA Division I level. So what happens is they filter down. It's so competitive to get a spot there. And so, when you look at the growth and where the strengths are and the big improvements are, it's really with NCAA Division III and ACHA hockey. That's where we're seeing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, the final one for you. You've been here for a few days now to see Maryville. What's your assessment of where we're at, and what's your assessment of the job that John Hogan and the guys have done here to make this as safe and as fun as it's been?
It's fantastic. It's been a long spring semester. We have 4 national tournaments. We've had to establish and work with local health care providers for 4 individual COVID mitigation plans, and it changes. So the host here, Maryville University, John Hogan and staff, and Lonnie, the AD, and Becca, the athletic trainers, everybody's done such a great job. Yeah. This facility is fantastic. I took advantage this morning. I went to Centene to meet with them because next year, next year, the ACHA national championships will go back to all 5 divisions at one place here in St. Louis, and we'll be utilizing Maryville University and obviously Centene, where the Blues' new practice facility is. So this has been a nice run for us here this year with Maryville with Division I, and we're looking forward to being back here next year with all 5 divisions.
Greg, thanks for spending some time with me. Safe travels as you go, and continue to do the great work that you're doing, because ACHA is definitely on the rise.
Well, thank you, Scott, very much. We just got great people involved. I'm just trying to stay out of their way.
All right, folks, that's Craig Barnett, the Executive Director of ACHA Hockey, and man, oh man, it's something special, folks. If you, I tell you that the bus drivers even have told me how nice it is here at Maryville, because they don't have to turn around. They can make a loop.
It's funny, like everyone's just saying, man, everything's going so well. It's going so well. I truly believe that we can be doing everything wrong right now. Right. And the teams are still having a good time because they're playing.
Yeah.
They really are. The coaches and the student athletes are so grateful to be playing right now, because they know there's a majority of them that are not playing right now, right? But it's walking into this, Maryville and John Hogan and company have done a great job, and it's been really kind of easy for us just to show up and watch some good hockey.
But you're being modest now. All right, Craig Barnett, thanks for joining me tonight for a little ACHA D1 hockey talk here at the beautiful Maryville Ice Center.